it is going to be a challenging process. I mean, businesses have undergone a huge and unprecedented strain to their finances, to their fabric, to their staff, to their operations. And I think helping them to come back. I mean, I think Heart of the City is going to be challenged more than ever, frankly. I mean, the demand for this, because businesses are going to feel very, very vulnerable as they come back. We're not all just suddenly going to wake up one day and it's all over and we can just sort of go back to where we were before.
In the same way that we saw, academic organizations, we saw pharmaceutical companies, we saw governments coming together to really start to understand how we develop that vaccine. The power of the technology companies coming behind to be able to provide the fast speed, innovation and resources that was needed for that effort has been incredible. If we can do this in this area for vaccines, imagine the power if we can start to build those coalitions and to be open and transparent with each other in moving forward. And so that's the one thing I'd love to see from tech companies, and I really do believe has a very special place to play with responsible business, is that openness, that transparency, and that willingness to partner and collaboration on tools, on programs and on resources that can really take us into new places.
If I think of us as an organisation, we've got 22,000 people in the UK, and we've got some fantastic skill sets in there, particularly around digital, around learning, around financial awareness, mental health, and we can really invest some of those relevant skills through working with our communities, particularly through working with schools, helping education, helping parents in terms of recovering through the homeschooling elements. So I think that for me, it's about not just ticking a box around volunteering hours and using our workforce to help build back better, but it's about being very specific. What skills do we have? Where can we make a difference?
One is that obviously many SMEs in particular, are finding it challenging to come out of this pandemic successfully, particularly actually in the retail and leisure sectors. And therefore, I think as a sector, we can be flexible in the way that we help those businesses to recover and get back on their feet by being open-minded, I guess, about the type of lease contracts and other arrangements that we put in place with those businesses. So I think that's one contribution that we can make as a sector, and I know many are. I think the second is about approaching the renewal and regeneration of our cities, thinking longer term, in ways which start to accommodate the changes in ways of working and living, which are likely to come out of a post-pandemic world. We don't quite know what that might look like in the future, but it's clear that people are going to make different choices about the way they work as individuals and as companies. They may make different living choices as a result. I think as a sector, we need to be across that, thinking about that and responding to it in the way that we play our role in regeneration.
The city has a really strong community, and the more we can bring that together, the better, to show what London is made of. And it's really important this time, not just because of COVID-19, it's because, to be frank, of Brexit. It's showing the world that the City of London is still the greatest city in the world. And I feel there's a huge amount we can do. And one of those things is supporting those around you.